Hello everyone, welcome to Last Night Guru. So in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is mechanism of breathing. So let's get started. So the process of breathing involves two important stages. So the first stage is known as inspiration. So inspiration is also known as inhalation, and the second stage is known as expiration. So expiration is also known as exhalation. This is common, isn't it? So breathing involves inhaling the oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide. So in biological terms, inspiration means it is the process in which the atmospheric air is drawn inside the lungs. And exhalation means the process in which the air is released out of the lungs. Okay. So this inspiration and expiration is dependent on one important thing. Which is that one important thing? It is dependent totally on pressure. Okay, hence we can say inspiration and expiration is pressure gradient. You should remember one thing throughout the chapter, that is air always move from high pressure towards low pressure. Okay, once again I am repeating this. You should remember this. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Okay, so now let's move to the mechanism of inspiration, how inspiration takes place. So you all know inspiration means the air from outside moves inside. So what should be the partial pressure outside? So outside the pressure should be high so that the air can come inside. So we can write it as the atmospheric pressure. What is this atmospheric pressure? So atmospheric pressure in the sense the pressure outside. The atmospheric pressure should be high compared to the pressure inside the lungs. So the pressure inside the lungs is also called as intrapulmonary pressure. Okay, so the how this condition is achieved. So this is achieved with the help of two muscles. So what are those two muscles? The first muscle is a diaphragm. Okay, to know more details about diaphragm, please refer to the previous video. So the second muscle is external intercostal muscle. So what is this external intercostal muscle? So you all know ribs, right? So these are the muscles which are present in between the ribs. So like this the ribs will be. So these are the muscles which are present in between the ribs. So during inspiration, there will be a contraction in the diaphragm. The diaphragm contracts. And the external intercostal muscles, they also contracts. So because of the contraction of the external intercostal muscle, the ribs and the sternum, they lift up. Ribs and sternum lifts up. So because of this, what happens is the volume of thoracic chamber. So you all know the thoracic chamber is made up of ribs, sternum and vertebral column. If you have no idea about this, you refer to the previous video. So the volume of the thoracic chamber increases. Because of the increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber, the volume of lungs, the intrapulmonary volume of the lungs will also increase. Because of the increase in the volume of the lung, the pressure inside the lungs. So pressure inside the lungs, we can write it as intrapulmonary pressure. So pressure inside the lungs, that is intrapulmonary pressure, decreases. When the pressure inside the lung decreases, then what happens? The pressure outside will be more, hence it forces the air from outside to move inside. Okay, so that's all in the mechanism of inspiration. The same opposite thing is in the mechanism of expiration. We'll learn that. See here, the mechanism of expiration, atmospheric pressure will be lesser than the intrapulmonary pressure. Okay, then only the air from the lungs can go outside. So how it is achieved? Again, because of the two muscle, diaphragm and external intercostal muscle. In expiration, the diaphragm relaxes and the external intercostal muscle relaxes. And the ribs and the sternum come back to the original position. Because of this, what happens? The volume of the thoracic chamber decreases, the volume of the lungs, that is volume of intrapulmonary volume decreases, and the intrapulmonary pressure increases. So it forces the air from inside to move outside, exactly opposite to the mechanism of expiration. Okay, that's all in the mechanism of expiration. So here you can see the diagram. So during inspiration, what happens? The diaphragm contracts, so volume of the thoracic chamber increases, ribs and the sternum will lift up, raises up, hence the air enters inside the lungs. And during expiration, what happens? The diaphragm will relax, the volume of the thoracic chamber decreases, and the ribs and the sternum goes back to the original shape, and the air is expelled out. Okay, so this is the process of mechanism of breathing is given in one chart. If you want, you can screenshot this. So share the video as much as possible, and thanks for watching.